Property development, 5 tips by a tax advisor. Now, why would you want to listen to a tax advisor talk about property development? Well, over the last 14, 15 years, I've worked with some of the largest and some of the smallest developers in the UK. And one of the consistent things that I've seen amongst people involved in that is that they tend to be thorough and effective planners. So what can you do to make sure your development succeeds? Well, first and foremost, get all the right expertise around you. If you're new to property development, maybe you're going to contract out the building and you're going to deal primarily just as the developer in chief. You may have no experience. Read everything you can. Get a good team around you. You're going to need architects, you're going to need planning consultants, you're going to need quantity surveyors, you're going to need a builder. And all of these people working together as an effective team is your responsibility as developer. Ultimately, of course, you're going to want to sell what you've developed. And that means getting a good estate agent. Getting your pricing right at the end is nearly as important as getting your costings right going in. Don't be afraid to change your plans if the economy shifts. Be flexible. But ultimately, as a property developer, you are the team leader, and it's up to you to manage the team through to a successful conclusion of the project. Do consider, however, your finance, your accounting, and your tax as part of your project. I too often see people who have gone into a project and they've underfinanced it and under-anticipated costs. The worst thing that can happen to you is to run out of money halfway through a development. My general rule of thumb is have available 20% more finance than you think you need. Talk to your accountant about how best to structure it. Should we do this through a limited company? Should we shield ourselves from the downside risks of commercial exposure by using limited liability? Always a good idea. But if you're not used to how to run a company, you need to go to somebody who can advise you on it. And finally, the tax structures involved. Structuring the transaction, structuring your ownership and the kind of vehicle you use to maximise the tax effects whilst minimising the commercial risks is a vital decision. Too often I see small developers coming to me who've done each project in a special purpose vehicle, i.e. a limited company, but they haven't put them into a group of companies. And when time comes to realise profit in one and use it on the next project, they're not able to move that money around without a massive tax cost. Similarly, you may be a developer who is developing some for resale and some for investment. Again, logically, you should have the development in a company which is part of a corporate group. You can make your sales to third parties, and the ones you want to retain you can sell from one group company to another free of SDLT. If you're not in a group, you're going to get charged SDLT again. Once when you bought the site, and again when you transfer it out to the investment company. Proper consideration of all your choices, all your options, and getting the thing right from the get-go is going to save you a lot of pain and heartache, and potentially a lot of money. Now, I'm trying to keep this to 5 top tips. The truth is that the list of considerations that you have to get into when you're a property developer are almost limitless, and I'm sure that the experienced property developers listening to this video are going, well, I can think of 5 he hasn't mentioned. Well, I'd love to do a longer series on this, and if you've got any observations or any comments, please leave them in the comments below. If you're a property developer and you'd like to take part in a two-way debate, let us know. We'd love to share your thoughts with our audience on camera. And in the meantime, click the like and subscribe button so you can hear about more videos from Cornerstone, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you for listening.